we send text messages to teenagers. Anyway, we do conversational AI for college success. And why do we do it? Well, there are big problems in higher ed. First and foremost, every year about 2 million students apply to get admitted and say they're going to college. That usually happens in the spring of their senior year, and by the time September rolls around 14% or 350,000 will just fail to show up. It's a problem called summer melt. Even bigger is the dropout problem. Only about half of people in this country ever graduate from college, and that's even worse. You go, you accrue debt, and you still don't get the degree. All told, the student services market in the US is about $130 billion. So what is it exactly that we do? Well, we support students every step of the way on the path to and through college with behavioral economics. I'm sure you're familiar with nudges, the power of artificial intelligence, as they already said, and lots of animated GIFs. Don't discount the GIFs, they're really cool. In any event, we meet students where they are to get them where they're going. Specifically, that means we meet them over text message or Facebook Messenger or really any other messaging platform. There's no app to download and really nothing to even sign up for. You just talk like you're talking to a friend. Meanwhile, we help colleges dramatically amplify the work they're doing, supporting students, oftentimes huge caseloads for counselors. And the good news is, when you turn it on, it has an incredible impact and amazing feeling when you can communicate with, orders of magnitude more students. I can only describe it as something like this. I built the software, and it was even blew my mind the first time I chatted with 1,000 students at once. But really, getting into it, the engagement speaks for itself. This is part of a randomized controlled trial, which I'll tell you about a little later. But at Georgia State University, our very first partner, we engaged about 3,600 students from April to September of their freshman year. And we were able to automate the vast, vast majority of messages and dramatically reduce the workload and on the process and status stuff, and surface the really important things that counselors needed to pay attention to that often required a phone call when a message wouldn't do. Moving on, like I said, we do empirical research, which is awesome. In fact, we did it with our very first college partner, which is a recipe for gray hair and stress and sleepless nights if you're a startup founder, but it's also a great way to find out if your product actually works. So we did a randomized control trial at GSU, and half the students got Pounce, their virtual assistant, and the other half got the standard email, snail mail, human communication. And at the end, we saw a dramatic improvement, about 3.3 percentage point uptick in enrollment. And we also, it was very interesting, moved the needle on pretty much every aspect of their enrollment checklist. We were able to get people to take action and do the things they needed to do at quite a high rate, including reducing summer melt around 21%. All told, this was around a $3 million impact on their net tuition revenue, which is nice for the school and even nicer for the 300 kids that went to college. Who are we? Well, we're an awesome team. Experts in machine learning, artificial intelligence. We have PhDs from Harvard and MIT, former Amazon employee, and my business partner who has spent his entire career in higher education. In fact, he was the first person in his family to go to college and subsequently has spent his entire career helping kids along that path as well. So yeah, thank you for the opportunity. And it's not Star Trek, it's just text messages, but we do help some kids.